Hey everybody. I don't know about you, but I am so burnt out and tired and just stretched thin with working and my internship class and that project, and you know how it is. So I'm really happy that it's the end. But anyway, for my advocacy and action project, I focused on the lack of consistent and affirming and accessible resources for the LGBTQIA plus youth in educational spaces, right? So this project developed while when I explored how students' sense of belonging directly impacts their ability to learn and participate. Everyone deserves the same chance, right? So, throughout the process, one of the biggest things that I've learned was that advocacy is not just about awareness, right? But it's about the access and the implementation, which is the hard part, right? It's one thing to recognize that students need the support, but it's another to actually create the systems and the environments where that support is visible and consistent. I also learned how important it is to listen and to use the community voices before creating solutions. So for my partnership, I'm working with Whittier LGBTQ Center. One success was being able to connect with the organization, and they already provide all the resources and the education and the services, right? So then through the interview I had, I learned that one of the biggest challenges is just not, one of the biggest challenges is not just providing the resources, but making sure that people actually know about it. So awareness, right? But a difficulty that I experienced was initially trying to connect with a different organization. And after so many failures, basically, I figured out and found out that they're volunteer based, so harder to reach. And then that showed me just how under resourced and underfunded some of these spaces are, even when they have the resources that you need. So in terms of research and data collection, I think one of my strengths was using the interview and the outside sources to understand the real challenges, like funding, right? Funding limitations and the lack of awareness. So, an area of an improvement would be collecting more direct data from the youth themselves. And then, since my project focused on more on the organizational insight, rather than the student voice, I think that's good. So, as I follow up, I'll plan to share a summary of my findings and my ideas with the organization, likely in a written format, and hopefully over the phone though. It's nice chatting with them, and that includes key takeaways and then ways to increase awareness and access for the youth. Overall, the project helped me better understand how this advocacy works in real life. It showed me that even the smallest efforts to increase awareness and connection to resources can make a meaningful difference. And even if it's just with one kid, right? That's one more kid. So, thank you.